Welcome back. Rachael Lynsey Rubin is a 20-year-old originally from Framingham, now living in New York and pursuing her dream in the fashion industry. Over the past few years, Rachael has been developing her portfolio, building her business, and working alongside Alexa Winter, a celebrity stylist, as the director of brand development. Rachael is focused on staying connected to the trends before they even happen, and is no doubt becoming one of the most popular up-and-coming artists in the fashion industry. Rachael, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
It's finally working. So, when did you get started in makeup and photography?
Well, I've been doing makeup since I was about 13. I used to do people's makeup for prom. Ever since then, I've really developed my skills in being a makeup artist. It was just about a year and a half ago that I started doing photo shoots, and it was like during a snowstorm. And two of my friends and I were locked in the dorm, and I decided to put some makeup on them, do their hair, throw them in the blizzard, and started taking some pictures of them. And ever since then, I started doing photo shoots.
So, when you first got into college, when you first started going to college, did you know this is what you wanted to be when you were older?
I always knew that I wanted to work in fashion, but I never knew exactly what it was that I wanted to do in the industry. I always knew I was good at makeup, but I wanted to own, I didn't want to just be a makeup artist. I wanted to own, a makeup artist business or something bigger than just a makeup artist in itself. But when I went to school, I knew I wanted to be in the fashion industry and own some sort of business, but I didn't know exactly what it was I wanted to do.
Is it tough being young and running your own business?
I wouldn't call it, it's not tough. At times it can be slightly overwhelming. I juggle a lot of different things at once, but being a Leo, I'm slightly controlling, and I don't mind handling a bunch of things at once. So, I mean, like you said, I do work alongside Alexa Winter, who is an editorial and celebrity stylist, and I run my business. That at times can be slightly tough and a little bit overwhelming, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
So, what's the best part of running your own business in New York?
The best part about running my business in New York is I have creative reign over my work. I think it's very important to be passionate about what you do, and New York allows you to open that door to creativity, and I can be as wild as I want in my photo shoots, and there's no judgment.
So I'm looking at your pictures right now, and they're really cool. My favorite picture is the one with the three girls with the colorful eyeshadow and the fake eyelashes that are really long. What was that one? Yes. What's your inspiration behind that one, or what was it?
That was my favorite photo shoot as well. Those happen to be three of my very good friends. I actually came up with that concept when I was on an airplane and drew out the entire photo shoot. And I really don't honestly know what my inspiration was. I knew I had a lot of different colors of eyeshadow I hadn't used yet, and I wanted to use them all. So I chose three girls and did a photo shoot of it. I don't exactly remember where the inspiration came from, but that seems to be the most popular photo shoot I've ever done.
Yeah, looked like a fun photo shoot. So who's your biggest idol in the fashion industry?
The biggest idol in the fashion industry. Well, I don't know if this sounds cliche, but I've really come to be inspired by my boss, Alexa Winter. She is really innovative. She's also very young, like myself. She's only 22. And I'm really inspired by her style. We work well together because where I'm weak, she's strong, and where she's vice versa. So I'm inspired by her because I like to learn from her techniques that I might not be as great at.
What's the best advice that Alexa has ever given you, or that you've ever received in the fashion industry?
The best advice I've ever been given in the fashion industry?
Yeah.
Just to definitely be yourself. One thing I've learned through working in the fashion industry and working in business is everyone's always going to ask you, what do you have to bring to the table? It's not just about, like, I love Vogue and I love this magazine. It's what can you bring? What can you add to the table, to the mix of things?
So what's been the highlight of your career so far in the fashion industry? I know you have a lot ahead of you, but so far with all the advice that you've been given, what's the highlight?
The highlight, I have a couple. One of my favorites was my favorite shoe line ever, Jeffrey Campbell. One of the pairs of shoes that I had purchased from the line, I used in one of my photo shoots, and they actually picked up the photograph and published it on their website.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one on your Facebook page. I saw that. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. I mean, simply the fact that I've done my portfolio and that I've started to get into this business, I was able to get my job with Alexa. So that was a big highlight for me, because that really although I was working in fashion, that really put my foot into the world of high fashion.
Oh, that's so cool. Do you have any other highlights?
I worked, I'm not sure if you've heard of the band, The Dean's List. They're an up-and-coming band out of Massachusetts.
Oh, I've heard of them, actually. Yeah.
They're great. They're all very young as well. I did the makeup and hair and model casting for their music video.
Oh, that's so cool. So, I'm also very into makeup and fashion, so I was wondering if you could give me any tips on how to get a good everyday makeup look, just for someone my age.
Absolutely. Okay, well, the two biggest things that I love about a girl's face is eyelashes. I'm not sure if you can see mine. My bangs are a little long right now. Eyelashes, and one trick that I never learned from my mom or from anyone until I started, working with makeup, is about contouring a cheek. And that is the one thing I will tell girls to do, because it makes a natural look and it makes your cheekbones pop. So a mixture of a good lash and a contoured cheek. If you don't know how to contour a cheek, I can't tell you now. It's going to take too long. But you can YouTube how to contour a cheekbone, and that would be the #1 trick I would tell you to do.
That's really great advice. So if you could only have one beauty product, what would it be? If you just had to choose one.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Just one?
I know what I would choose.
It depends where I was. If I was on a stranded island, I'd probably want sunscreen. If I was in New York and I could only have one makeup product, it would be mascara.
Same with me. Mascara is definitely my go-to thing.
Totally.
Yeah, Alex agrees.
Definitely, whatever that is.
It's what you put on your eyelashes to make them look longer. See? Darker.
Right.
Oh, whatever. He's a boy.
I say you learn something every day, I guess.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Rachael, for talking with us. This has been great.
Me.
So good luck in the fashion industry and everything. And you can find more of Rachael's work on her website at www.rachaellynseyRubin.com. Coming up after the break, got a sweet tooth? Then you'll definitely want to stay tuned to see what our next guest brings to the show. We'll have Alexis D'Angelo, owner of Ice Queen Cakes, next. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Julia from YBA. For the past few years, I've been coming to the YBA training studios once a week or so. I'm so excited that now I'll be able to practice my broadcast skills with YBA Online. The new course has so much more than what we have learned at the studio. You can practice your delivery by recording a video with a simple click. You can even use a teleprompter to practice reading off that. I learned about the history of the industry and some of the greatest names in the business. You know what though? It was really a lot of fun. And there are some really funny videos, like the one of Jimmy Young doing his crazy warm-up exercises.
The next thing we want you to do is actually stretch the facial muscles in your face, which is a good place for facial muscles.
Or the one from Friends, and of course, all those crazy tongue twisters.
Betty Botter bought a bit of butter.
The butter Betty Botter bought was a bit bitter.
And made her batter bitter.
But a bit of better butter bought batter better.
So Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter, making Betty Botter's bitter batter better.
Best of all, though, I can practice my writing and reading from home on my schedule. And I can get coaching from one of the many professional broadcasters on staff. YBA Online allows me to learn by doing the job of a broadcaster every day if I want to. And you will have all the tools. For now, I'm Julia reporting about YBA Online.